Okay, so now we're going to look at how to edit the home page. This is probably where you'll spend most of your time if your church is normal. We're going to look at how to edit your home page, and so first thing we're going to do is we're going to log into the website like we've showed before with the information you provided to me. Brings me to my control panel, and the third tab up here says Edit Home Page. Now I just want to take a moment to point out that if you put your mouse over the publish form, you'll see something, or button, you'll see something that says home page. But we're not wanting to publish a new home page. We're wanting to edit the home page that we currently have. That's one little bug in this process, that I can't take it out of this list or we wouldn't be able to access it. You'll never ever go to publish homepage because you already have a homepage. I've already created it for you. Okay, so let's click on edit homepage, and it's going to bring up this form right here. Okay, and so I'm just going to go back and forth to the website and kind of compare here, because this form is laid out in the exact order that your homepage is laid out in. So let's take a look at this and what we have. Up top we have a logo and we have nav bar. Okay, you're not going to be able to edit these. If you want to have changes to these, you call us and we'll be able to make those changes for you. That's part of what you pay us monthly for. So if you want to ever change the logo or change buttons, then you can just let us know. So you move to the next line and you've got a slideshow and you've got 4 featured buttons. That's your next section, kind of in the featured main area. You've got a slideshow and 4 featured buttons. So if we go back and look at our edit form, we're going to see the first thing we see is slideshow. Then the next thing that we see is featured buttons, and that's the same order that it's in on the web page, moving right to left. Okay. Then if we move down the page, we're going to see a Twitter account, and then we're going to see some social icon networks. Okay. If we're scrolling down here, we see social icons, and we see that you can change the icon or add an icon, and you can add what you want those to link to. Right now they're linked to my accounts, but you can work on those as you want and make changes to those. So let's look at how to work on this slideshow right here. Okay. So we went to edit homepage, and we are going to start by looking at our slideshow. And there are 2 elements to these slideshows. You've got your image, which is going to be shown here, and it's going to be shown here in a thumbnail. You don't have to do 2 images, it just shrinks the one. And then you have your URL link, which is where you would like for the image to link to. And I just did Google right now as an example, but let's say you put a slide up for a new event and you want to link it to an event page, or let's say you put a slide up for a sermon audio and you want to link it to that. You would just get that address and you would type it in there. Okay, so you can make changes to this slideshow in a couple of different ways. Let's say, first off, let's say we want to take the Gospel of Matthew off of the slideshow. It's outdated, we don't want it anymore. If I log in to edit homepage and I pull up my slideshow here, I can see that number 4 is Matthew's slide. Okay, and I don't want that on there anymore. So I've got a couple of options. I can either hit this red delete icon, and I can hit the delete row, and it'll ask me, are you sure you want to delete this row? I can do that, and if I click OK, it'll take it away. Or if I know that I'm going to be adding another image, I can just click this trash can and say don't use this image or delete from my site, and that will allow me to pick another image in its place. It doesn't really matter either way, because you can add more rows. You're not limited to 5. You can put 100 pictures on there if you want. And so it doesn't really matter how you want to do it. I tend to hit delete because I just would rather start fresh. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit delete. Now I have 4 images. I'm going to hit update. Whenever you get done making changes, if you click update, your updates are going to be instant. Okay, so as soon as you click update, they will take place. Alright, I'm going to refresh the web page here. Okay, and we see here that the Matthew has been taken out. We also see that that the arrows are gone, And the reason that is because this is set to display 4 thumbnails, and once you exceed 4 thumbnails, then the arrows will automatically show up to allow you to scroll. So if you ever just have 4, then it's only going to show 4. So there you go. That's how you would take out a slide. Okay, so I'm going to go back now to my edit homepage, and let's say that we don't want to take one out, but we want to change the order. We need this slide that says "Finally, a church with a message I can understand." We want that to be first on the slideshow. All I have to do is go over here to the left-hand side of the row, and there's a little up-down arrow, a sort row. If I just grab that and just drag it up and move it, I've now rearranged the order, and I can do that any way that I want in any order that I want. Okay, if I just click update, refresh the page, we'll see that that slide is first, second, third. Very simple concept. Same thing stands true for the featured buttons. We've got 4 featured buttons over here. Now the one difference is that you can't add more than 4 buttons. There's no room for it, so I have restricted it to no more than 4 buttons. Alright, up here you can add as many as you want on your slideshow, but you just click this add row button and you can put as many as you want, right? But down here there is no add row button because you only get 4. I've used 4 images that I set up for your site. Obviously you're probably going to want to change some of those, but you would do it the same way. You would change the image by clicking the trash can, say don't use this image, and then you can choose a file from your hard drive. Okay, the text over top of the picture, all right, that one says connect. That says connect there, grow, serve, lead. That's the text, and then this is where it links. This is the page that it links to. All right, and so we set it up this way to where if you ever changed your slogan and maybe instead of connect, grow, serve, lead, it was connect, grow, serve, go or something, then you could just change that without having to change the whole image or whatever. And then you can change the page link over here. Okay, so same principle for your images and moving. The same thing for social icons. If you didn't want Facebook to be first, you could drag Twitter to be first, so on and so forth. You could change these icons if you want to change your icon set. You can delete one if you don't use YouTube or whatever. You could delete that row. It's the same same concept, same principle. Okay, so that is how you edit your homepage, and those principles for editing the homepage you'll use over and over again in the website for rearranging images and things like that. So you can go ahead and start uploading your oh, let me tell you one more thing. I put here the dimensions. The slideshow is 650 by 380. The featured buttons is 270 by 120. So you can go ahead and go ahead and start working on those.